Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your very first gameplay from regular battles of the Saint Chamond. That's right, this is a rank 1 battle rating 1.0 event vehicle that you could earn during the Great War event. As you can see here, the Saint Chamond in the Great War event is actually a bit better. It's got 135 horsepower and 16 km/h top speed, whereas the one here in actual game that you can earn for the regular tech tree, as you can see, it is going to be right up here near the top, right with the other failures of the tech tree. It only has 90 horsepower with a 22-ton weight. So this thing is incredibly slow. It is 12 km/h top speed, although its cannon is actually pretty good, surprisingly. It's got 90 grams of explosive filler equivalent, which is pretty damn good, especially for this BR. Should kill most enemies in about one hit, and it has about 58 millimeters of armor pen at max, which is really good. So in general, just for its cannon, it's good. Otherwise, this thing sucks. It is full of crew just waiting to die. As you can see, they have hardly any armor, so in general this thing is just kind of a big meme on wheels. Plus also it does have an electric transmission, oddly enough, which means that it has the same movement forward as it does back. Now, that being said, enough about this thing, let's get into it. I'm really stoked. Oh, and if you're wondering, there is a winter camouflage for this thing, but this thing is just so memey. I'm stoked for all the rest of the vehicles, which, by the way, if you want to see gameplay of all the rest of the vehicles, definitely consider subscribing to my channel because I will try to post them. That said, let's get into a battle. So of course, here we are with the Saint Chamond, and this vehicle is just so damn cool in my opinion from like a historical standpoint. You know, I mean, aside from the fact that this was like my go-to vehicle in Battlefield 1, this vehicle, it's just, I mean, it's got like an electric transmission. Oh, it's got a few enemies over here that he wants to shoot at. Man, this gun sucks. I hate it. Ooh, very nice. Not very nice. If I get hit, I'm gonna die. Oof. Ooh. That turret, like, there is no turret. The lack of a turret on this thing sucks so bad. I really wish that we had, like, the Renault FT with this thing, but it is what it is. I feel like the Renault FT would probably be incredibly OP during the Great War event. But anyways, getting back to my Saint Chamond, like talking about it, I just find this thing so cool. I mean, it's just not all that great of a vehicle. It didn't really last long after the war. I think they probably almost immediately stopped using it. Whereas another French vehicle, the Schneider CA, was actually used all the way through the Spanish Civil War. And so this is just such a freaking, like, all this big of a vehicle, just more or less to kind of carry this gun and a relatively light complement of machine guns. It's just a very strange vehicle overall, looking at it from a modern perspective. But now, like, look at this angle. This is actually how it was built. It's just such a, again, a weird, fantastical design. It's just, like, this isn't just some crazy thing that Gaijin messed up on the modeling for this. This is actually how it was built, angled down. It's just so freaking weird. Okay, we have an enemy right back there. This thing is not at all a fast turner. So, hopefully, come on, go into my web. Yeah! Woohoo! Like I said, I mean, like, this thing really isn't bad if you can get yourself, like, a beat on the target. At all, as a matter of fact. It's actually quite good in many regards. Ooh, lucky me. Woof. So, as I said, 90 grams of explosive filler equivalent at this BR is plenty good. I mean, like, at really almost any BR, that's not bad. You know, and so, assuming this thing can get through the enemy tank, it actually does quite decently. I mean, like, you're talking, what, again, 58 millimeters of armor pen? That's pretty reasonable at this BR. I mean, like, just because this thing has almost no armor doesn't mean that other tanks also don't have no armor, right? And so, it's plenty sufficient to destroy most tanks at and around this BR, at least from, like, relatively medium ranges, you know, again, relative to this BR, so not all too bad. We have ourselves some sort of a tank over there, maybe. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit him, though. Maybe. Ooh, we can get a hit. That'd be so cool if I could kill him. Be so cool. Okay, it doesn't matter. Not getting myself any brownie points for that one. But, let's see. Does this... This does have neutral steering. Look at that. All the way back in 1916-17. Okay, we have ourselves a buddy down here. Hopefully Buddy doesn't see me. Buddy doesn't see me. And that's another really cool thing. Well, not really cool thing about this, but that's another thing with this vehicle. Is that it's so slow that it kind of has, like, its own, in a way, like, stabilizer. It's obviously not an actual stabilizer, but it's so slow that you really can't move fast enough all the time to be able to throw your cannon off. Like, look at this. It's actually pretty stable. Okay, we have an enemy there, it looks like. Ooh, one hit. Oh, was that spawn camp? Okay, I try not to spawn camp. I'm actually doing pretty well here. So, let's just keep on, I guess, pushing. I'm going to go ahead and try to push the V point. If I die, I die. I didn't mean to push up on their base like that, but not bad. You know, I mean, like, this thing, if you can get it in a good position, it's actually not that bad. It's just a matter of getting into that good of a position, because it has, like, what, like 90 horsepower, 22 tons of weight, and a 12 kilometer per hour top speed, plus it lacks a turret. So even though the cannon is good enough to be able to be used as, like, a rank 1 tank destroyer, it just doesn't do quite well enough otherwise in pretty much any other area. So I'm just going to go wait here. Can he actually... Ah, shoot. Come on. Uh-oh, that's bad. Uh-oh, rolling thunder. Didn't do anything to me. This thing climbs stairs slower than an old lady. Like, oh. Holy guacamole. This is probably one of the most stupid things I could do with this. Hopefully the Scarford doesn't even notice me. But... basically, if you expose yourself like this, you're asking pretty much to die. Okay, that must mean that someone's still alive, or at least was alive in there. And now he isn't. We're going to cap the B point? Of all the points for me to be able to capture with this thing, this was not what I expected. Can I? I can't shoot through that. Not a big deal. We have really nice reload here. Awesome reload rate. We're going to keep on shooting this guy. Oh, and we have ourselves the kill. Woo! Woo! Man. It's like having a vehicle this big and stupid. Oh, there's someone else over there. Having a vehicle this big and stupid, it's obviously just not all that great of a vehicle. However, having extra crew does help. When it comes to, like, gameplay with these vehicles in particular, I'm probably, like, all the World War I vehicles, I'm probably just gonna, like, do 1 or 2 full-length matches, maybe 3, you know, like, we'll have to see, maybe, like, an arcade thrown in there. I might do that after this match is done, who knows, but it's just, these things are so incredibly slow that just getting anywhere is a real pain, and normally when you have a slow vehicle, it's, you know, because it has a lot of armor or something. This thing has barely any armor, and so, like, you have a situation where, realistically, I mean, it's not a terrible vehicle, like, with its cannon at least. It could be a lot worse. But it's just not very... It doesn't really have anything good going for it outside of the fact that... Can I shoot this guy? Nope. I got kind of close, though. Ooh, I'm getting kind of close. This guy keeps moving, though. There we go. Okay, we got ourselves the engine, the radiator. He ain't moving. Ooh, buddy. Can we... Yeah, we got ourselves a kill. We got ourselves a kill. This thing, it's like, again, as an SPG, right? Like, I don't know if I mentioned it, but, like, this thing really isn't a tank. I mean, like, by World War I standard, sure. You know, it was a tank. But retroactively looking at it, not really. It's not so much a tank, it's more of an armored fighting vehicle. And so, kind of like in the same way that we wouldn't call like a Stug a tank, we would more call that like a tank destroyer. And so you have this vehicle that otherwise is actually not bad, in War Thunder at least, for destroying tanks. I'm not really sure what the capabilities of it were in World War II, but it's like, or World War I rather. But you pretty much have to get yourself into a position, and I'm just kind of doing stupid stuff here, mind you, but you have to like put yourself into a position where you're going to be able to actually get kills, which I'm probably not doing all too well, which is fine. Ooh, got the kill. But then I'm going to die. So as I said, let's just get into an arcade match. Doesn't really matter. This thing, I think most people are going to agree, it's not all that great of a vehicle. Its cannon is surprisingly good for 1BR, but otherwise it sucks. But let's see how it is in arcade. And of course, here we are with the Saint Chamond in arcade. And look at that little happy boy right there. He looks so happy, doesn't he? Any hoodles. This thing now has a blisteringly quick top speed of 13.3 kilometers per hour. That's right. A whole 10%, well, I think like what, 10.15 or so percent higher than what it was before. It is just amazing how quick French tanks really were. It's just, it's mind-boggling in some ways. So we have a T-26 over there. I'm going to try to hit him. Hopefully he doesn't hit me first. Probably will. We're just kind of shooting at... Okay. Now I see him. Easy does it. Don't run away, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Ooh. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. So anyways, this thing has like an additional, I think 82 horsepower over the like realistic setting. It's just still like terrible. It's just not very good. Outside of, again, that cannon. This cannon, like, give me this cannon on a lot of other vehicles in game, and I would absolutely love it at this BR. It's a great cannon for this BR. It's just, this sucks. Like, big time. Wait, is that hole supposed to be there? Or is that like a damage mark? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to keep on moving up here. Like I think I probably already said, this is probably going to be a relatively quick match. It's just, the silliness of the Saint Chamond in War Thunder is just absurd. Of all the World War I vehicles in-game, this might be the craziest. And I'm not just saying that lightly. Like, I legitimately mean that. This might be, like, the silliest. And if they had, like, the Schneider, for example, the Schneider CA, I feel like that would be less crazy than this. So we have some sort of an enemy vehicle over here. Oh, look at that, BT-5. I'm going to get someone to my right or to my front in a second. Ooh, 2 kills. Oh, buddy. Yes, please. Let's... Oh, we have a T-28 over there. He's already toast. I'm going to try not to get into a bomber unless, like, I kind of, you know, my hands force. But, I mean, overall, again, what a cool vehicle. Like, of all the things Gaijin has done over the last few years, I guess you could say, right? Like, all the controversies, all the, you know, crazy new vehicles and all that. One of the things that people have wanted for practically that entire time has been World War I vehicles in some way, shape, or form. And the fact that, you know, at least as a temporary, you know, sort of thing that you can earn, like, get them, it's just so wonderful. You know, I genuinely think that this is one of the coolest additions in-game in a very long time. He's going to try to fire at me. But you want to try to shoot out that sponson if you can. Destroying those sponsons is a very important part of this. Of just kind of laying down the work here. I'm going to die. No, I'm not. Look at that. I'm still very much alive. Shoot this top portion, doesn't matter. And we continue to move onwards. Because that's what we just do here. Yeah, I think this will be my last match with this thing for the time being. It's fun, but man, it is just, I don't know. On one hand, like, you can equip over 100 shells with this vehicle. On the other hand, it's like, if you do that, then you're going to probably blow up. So, it's like, it's got a really nice reload. It's only 6 seconds. But, okay, we have a totally clueless guy right here. And by that, I mean me. Clearly. Oh, and he is toasty. Now, this thing, I don't think the shells will go through quite everything. Okay, we have some Saint Chamonds over there. Doesn't matter too much. I'm probably going to die here. So in this instance, I am going to get into a bomber because I'm going to die it. What the hell? What the crap, guys? I'm going to die anyways, so. But not bad, right? 5 kills, 1 assist. Not too bad. And we have ourselves this, and the match is practically over in a few seconds, so I'm actually quite happy with this thing. I feel like, you know, the fact that these are actually semi-usable vehicles in-game actually says something, and I'm really stoked to see, like, for example, what the A7V is going to look like. I feel like that's going to be an actually decent enough vehicle in War Thunder. Now, is it going to be good? No. No, it's not going to be a good vehicle. However, I feel like it will have a use case simply because it'll have a, just such heinous amounts of survivability. But we're about to die here, so thank you, buddy. Okay, I feel like we're about to die. Yep, we're dead. So as I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the other side. Remember, subscribe for more World War I content, plus, of course, more War Thunder content in general. Take care, everyone.